right, so first step, I guess, here is we're going to go ahead and remove this outer skin right here, all along the back here, and see what that reveals. All right, so lo and behold, there is some spot welding in here, which I would have thought would have been more prevalent, but anyway. So you can feel the indentation right here. I tried to tap under that with a screwdriver, and it's solid as a rock right in there. So, and you should be able to go along here. Yep, there's another one. You can feel the little indentations there where the spot welds are. So those are going to be our drill out points. So let's get the drill and get busy. All right, we've started drilling out spot welds here. So you start off with a smaller bit, just pick an arbitrary size that'll allow you to get started, and then switch out to a little larger bit, and don't go all the way through. You might end up taking out too much metal. So everywhere there's a spot weld, we'll get ourselves a little starting point, and then we'll drill the rest of the way out with the larger bit, and we'll release these spot welds all along the back of the car. All right, you get the idea here, I'm sure. Looks pretty gnarly, but we're going to get this piece off here, and then we'll continue on over on this side. And it'll take a little while, so I'll be back. All right, we've got most of this top layer of steel off of there, all the way across the car. Got this one little area over here to contend with. I stopped right here. I need to take a closer look at this to see how far this direction I want to go. Probably up to there. I'll take that little piece off. And these corners, like on this end here and in the same location down there, not sure how I'm going to deal with that. That is, that's doubled up right there. Guess I'll just have to clean it up and see what it looks like. I suppose, you know, if we got drastic, we could probably come in here and then just cut all of this out. We'd have to form up a piece of metal first before we did that to conform to that shape, and then we could cut it out and weld in some new steel. So how we're going to go about that, I don't know yet. Cardboard maybe? Thin aluminum? I don't know. Need something to serve as a template. I'm just thinking out loud. Kind of going, just, you know, thinking this up as I go along. One thing's for sure, you can't just go ahead and cut this out willy-nilly, as they say, because you have to retain this shape, right? Or so the back glass will fit correctly. Now, the panel shape is intact, so it's over there safe, but it has to sit on that. So whatever we do here, we need to take measures to retain this curvature so that we don't end up with gaps and a misfitting back glass. All right, we got a flappy disc here. We're going to clean up a little bit of this rust and see what we're looking at. All right, I think we're going to be able to save a good bit of this section right here. We just need to get the rust out of it. Same for this one down here. This one down below just looks like it has a fair amount of surface rust. Got a couple of holes here and there, but we can repair that pretty easily. And this little section here, we can repair with a little bit of extra sheet metal on a welder. That shouldn't be a problem. But this is pretty solid along here. Until we get to about right here. So I'm making an assumption that says we're going to have to replace pretty much all of this in here. That's pretty nasty as well. I may have to separate that and see what's underneath. That seems fairly solid though. So metal replacement in this area and in this area, and we might get away with just cleaning this up. We're going to have to come up with a rust removal solution. I know there are a lot of ways in which it can be done. Various chemicals. Everyone's partial to the ones that they've used in the past. This will have to be doubled up. It was doubled up and we removed it. It's all, the remnants are down there. We'll come back in here with an additional piece of metal and spot weld it in. And when we get ready to reinstall the rear window channel, I think we're going to spot weld it in as well. I don't know that brazing is going to be the order of the day. I just don't know just yet. Things are looking up. You know, it's getting a little better as time goes by. You know, I got a little bit of surface stuff going on down in there. And then underneath, there is that, right? So I don't know quite what I'm going to do about the stuff underneath just yet. All right, well, I'm going to continue on and do a little more cleanup. All right, I'm going to do an unboxing. Take a break in the action here. Well, a partial unboxing. I've already opened it. But, you know, from one of our favorite online Mercedes parts retailers. And let's see what we have here. All right, we need something. There we go. To open this up. Come on, get out of there. I've got all day. Unlike the previous folks that did some maintenance on the rear window on our 300 SD, we are going to use legitimate, genuine Mercedes window sealing compound. And by the way, that's what that says right there, window sealing compound. I had to Google it. So that looks really good. 310 milliliters or 0.32 US quarts. It comes in a really fancy tip right there. I'm sure that'll come in handy. And we've got 2 tubes. Because guess what I did not find in this window channel when I removed this window? Yeah. All right, what else did we get? We'll set this aside. We got, hey, look at that. Got some more stickers. And we got a $100 wine voucher. When do they send these out? Is this literally a $100 wine voucher? All right. We have one brand new rear window rubber seal or sealing frame. It's a sealing frame. Excuse me. That's you know what? That's what the factory service manual calls this rubber weather stripping. They call it a sealing frame. That's the limpest frame I ever saw. Okay, enough of that. Windshield seal So there's your part number, 126-678-0120 MBZ. All right, we're going to set that aside for safekeeping because it's going to be a while before we get around to that. All right, a little update on the progress here on the rear window channel. Little hammer and a dolly there, and got in here and kind of cleaned up this channel a little bit. Tried to straighten it out some. Was pretty wavy. Got a couple of places I need to address, but it's, you know, it doesn't have to be too crucial. So probably going to get in here with a piece of cardboard and freehand draw a line and stick it down behind this. And once I get the basic contour and I'll get myself a nice edge of cardboard all the way across, I can come in here and I can draw a line against the edge of the metal and get the contour of this. And then once I have that, I can cut a piece of metal out of the sheet that's coming in. So I got a 2-foot by 5-foot piece of 20 gauge metal coming in from metalsdepot.com. I got quoted an exorbitant price from an industrial metal distributor here in town for a 4x8 sheet of steel, and I was like, well, you know what? I don't need all that. So we just need a piece of metal that's, you know, at least 5 feet. You know, from here to the other side is about 4.5. So 5 foot will get us. We'll get along just fine with that. I can come in here and cut a strip and weld it up. But before we do any of that, I think the next step is I kind of wait till I want to get my steel here in the shop before I start diving in and cutting things up. Like I don't want to cut this out until I have the sheet steel here in my hand. That's kind of like, well, I don't like to start a job until my parts get here, typically. So that's kind of the same thing. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just waiting on sheet steel to get here to the shop, and then the next step will be to start cutting out these sections, doing a little hand forming, and doing some welding. All right, folks, that's all for the midweek update on the old 300 SD. We're coming along pretty well, I think. We just got to get our metal in here, and then we'll start cutting this thing up, and we'll start welding some new stuff in. All right, that's all for part 5 of the rear window channel rust repair job. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember to enjoy restoring your classic Mercedes.